This is part 6 recording for operator overloading topic, which is to focus on comparison operator, specifically for equality comparison, for greater than comparison, and for less than comparison. I am beginning with this code to explain the topics. Let me explain this code first. I have a class called marks, which has this marks array, static array to hold the marks with a capacity of 32, and this is a capacity and this is a size. Capacity will carry this number and size will carry the number of marks that are currently being actively used, or number of elements in this array that are actually used at that point of time. This is a default constructor setting this data members to default values. This is a custom constructor receiving the marks array and its size and copying that into this data members. If it also does validation, if validation is it passes through the validation, that means the received data passes through validation, it actually does the copying operation. Otherwise it is set to the default state. Display function will actually display the marks values. In the main function we have marks array, and we create an object. The size of the marks, number of elements in the marks array is 3, so we pass 3 for this parameter, and we pass the name of the array for this second parameter, and through that object, marks object, we actually invoke the display function, this function. Let me switch to the terminal and execute this code, make sure that it is working well, then I will start from there. So now this is a compilation and linking operation, and then execution. We have the marks 55.55, 66.66 and 77.77 displayed in this format, separated by comma, and there is a dot in the end. Going back to the code, the main thing we want to do here is demonstrate here is we want to actually demonstrate the use of, let's say, the comparison operator. For example, in this case, instead of this one marks, because if I want to compare, I want to have two objects, because comparison operators, for example, this object has operand and there are two operands. So we need to have two objects, or if I want to do greater than comparison, op1 greater than op2, let me make it 2. So this is the two operands, and even less than op1 less than op2, and even op1 not equals to op2, and op1 less than or equals to op2, op1 greater than equals to op2. In all these operations, we need two objects. So I want to create another object here called max mks2, and for that I want to pass a different array that call float. Let me call the previous array max1, and it will be max2 equals to I am going to put 88.88 and 66.66. This array has only two marks, so I pass 2 and max 2. In the previous case I pass max 1. So this will create two objects of max type. Now we can use this two objects. For example, if I want to, let's say, compare these objects, if mks1 equal, use this comparison operator mks2. If this is true, and the result of this expression is supposed to return a boolean type, right? If it is true, then we display equal, something like this. If I want to, do comparison to check whether the grades are equal. For example, one student may get out of this marks, if you combine and take average, and if that amounts to, let's say, letter grade A, A plus, B, C plus, C, D, whatever, if they are equal, for this comparison we display grades are equal, otherwise we I mean you can just display not equal. So if I want to make this operation valid, if I just compile this, it will definitely complain because we have not defined this operator for this marks type object. So let me show you what result we get when we do compilation of this thing. There is an error. It is already complaining there is no match for this operator. That means this operator is not defined. So going back to the code, we want to define an operator so that this expression becomes a valid expression here. So let me define that operator. As I told you earlier, this comparison operator should return a Boolean type. So we have Boolean type return type, and you need to use this keyword called operator, and actual operator you want to use. In the right hand side, you are comparing. This will actually compare the current object with whatever comes in this parenthesis. So we want to compare two same max type objects. So it's going to be constant max received by reference. Let's say max, and we don't want this function to make any changes. This is going to be a query type function, so put this constant keyword here. Now if I want to do this comparison, then what I have to do is you need to compare, let's say A plus, or if someone has, let's say, C. So if the first object has a grade A plus, then you actually and C, then it should be able to see that the current object is they are not equal. If both objects have the same either this grade and plus minus character, then in that case you should be able to this function should be able to return false. So for that we need to do a little bit we need to have a function that actually returns what is the this letter grade, right? So for that we can create a function here which actually returns letter grade. For example, it should return character and grade, right? So in this case based on this marks, we want to return the letter grade, and what we want to do is create the average I want to create an average marks. Let's say average marks equals to I think it's a good good idea, it would be a good thing to have another function that returns average marks. So float this is going to be a query function, and you can also make this function query because we don't want this function to make any changes. So float avg equals to, let me initialize to 0 and then iterate through all the marks then size I plus plus, and do the summation avg plus equals to max I, and then you return avg divided by size. So just remember, avg is a floating point type, size is integer type. So this will actually promote, this operation will promote this integer to floating point type, and floating point division happens. So the result is the floating point number here. So we can call that function max. We get average max in avg. Then after that if, for example, if avg greater than 90, then we return, maybe we create a character to return and set it to let me call this character ret return character. We set to, let's say, A, and in addition to that let me first make sure that A plus is written correctly, right? So what we want to do is let me go for, let's say, D first. Okay, pass and fail. So if it is greater than 50, greater than or equal to 50, pass, else equals to fail. So now pass with a grade D and fail. Now let me return the character, and also we also want to, for example, letter get. If I want to display letter get, then I also want to um, uh, uh, be able to know plus minus. I mean, it could be D plus or D minus, right? So for that, what I can do is, you know, I can pass a character, a variable through which I can return by reference here, character by reference. Let me call this, let's say, PL plus, and it could contain either plus or minus. So plus minus. So in this case, and if it's just greater than 50, it's going to be, the idea is that there are different grading I mean policies, different I mean in different colleges, universities. What I'm actually following here is, let me if the percentage is 90, greater than or uh, equals to 90, then it's going to be a plus, a plus. And if greater than or equal to 80, then it's going to be A. If greater than or equal to, let's say, 75, B plus. And greater than equal to, let's say, 70, the grade would be B. Greater than equal to, let's say, 65, the grade is C plus. Greater than equal to 60, the grade is C. Greater than equals to 55, the grade is D plus. Greater than or equal to, let's say, 50, it's going to be D. Else, otherwise, less than 50 would be F. So this is the I mean the policy that I actually want to implement here. So here let me just start with 90. If AVG, average marks, is greater than or equal to 90, then equals to, let's say, A. And again, if else if AVG is greater than or equal to 80, and we also again have equals to A. And if it is greater than if AVG is greater than or equal to 75, it is going to be equals to B. If AVG greater than equal to 70, equals to again B. Else if AVG is greater than equal to, let's say, 65, equals to C. Else if AVG is greater than or equal to 60, our letter get red char equals to again C. Then after that, else if AVG greater than equal to, let's say, 55, D. And this also becomes else if D, right? And red char equals to F. Now we also want to return this plus minus. So first, for plus minus, we initialize equals to empty character plus minus. Then if here we want to set plus minus to plus, here, because the grade will be A in this case, in the AT range A, so as it remains empty. Greater than 75, plus minus equals to plus. In this case we didn't have we should just have used the one plus. Let me call this only plus, right? So we didn't have minus here, so plus, just to shorten the name so that I didn't have to spend much time typing it. B plus B, then here B plus equals to plus, equals to plus. Yeah. So now with this, it will return this character, main character will be returned through this variable, and this plus minus will be actually written by reference through this parameter. So this is the function that will give the letter grade, which actually calls this average marks. And here what I want to do now is I actually call, let me just put this in the comments so that I don't have problem afterwards. If let's say we call the letter grade, right? So letter grade, we want to pass this plus minus variable, so let me plus variable, let me call this because I need to get the letter grade for both current object and this parameter object, so I need to have two plus characters, so P1 and P2, let me call this, and pass P1 to the first invocation of the current object, and the result we compare with this let's say mks dot letter grade and P2. And after that, because when this function is invoked, then this P1 and P2 are already, written with the appropriate character value, so we can compare character value after that. So P1, if both are same, in that case we return, otherwise we return false. So this is the complete logic for this operation that we want to implement here. In this case, grades are equal, not equal. And similarly, you can also, for example, if I want to add extra information, if let's say is marks 1 is greater than mks2, in that case I want to put out another message, student 1 outperformed student 2, that kind of message, right? So let me call this first outperformed, and after that maybe we can have else if mks1 is less than mks2, then second student so, and to make this I mean a little bit more consistent operation not applied. Okay, so we have this thing here. I think this invocation will be invalid now because we didn't have that object, and we want to, if I want to make this expression valid, I need to again overload this operator. So we have two operators overloaded, which would not be difficult because I'm going to be copying this, pasting, and making necessary changes. So in this case, this is the first copy of that function where I'm going to be changing this operator to this greater than operator. In this case, the logic I want to put would be, for example, if the letter get is if the this is going to be always different. If these two letter gets are equal, I mean, if the first letter is greater, then obviously the, I mean, first student has outperformed, because it is not possible that these the character plus character may does make any difference. So in this case, just return true. Um, else if first letter is less than second letter, in this case again we return false. There is no question here. And otherwise else if first letter is equal to second letter and the character is different, right? So and let me make it equal, and let's say P1 equals to, let's say, plus, and P2 equals to space. In this case we want to return true, because in this case the first marks is higher, because if these two letters are same, for example BB, then if the first has plus and second has minus in the, I mean empty space, then you just return true. Otherwise I mean all the other conditions will actually this is the default return statement, so it will return false after that. um, so this is this I mean comparison for the I mean largerness or greaterness of the current object compared to the this parameter object. This operator overriding for the less than would be a bit simpler, because I'm going to be making use of this function. It's kind of I mean reusing of the code. What I'm going to do, assumption is that this function is already implemented. In that case, I just return, remove everything. I can have one return statement, and when I do that comparison, let's say it's going to be, I compare current object is greater than MKS. So since we have this operator implemented, so we can do this comparison. This is a current object. This is this actually this expression will invoke call this function. So if it is not greater, and also if it is not equal, so this expression will actually call that equality comparison operator that we created. So if it is not greater, not equal, then in that case we return true. This will return true, otherwise it will return false. So if this is not greater and also not equal, that means it is less than, right? So these are the functions that will make this application of use of this expression of valid expressions. So let me do the testing of this code. I think there is a problem here. Oh, I think I should have used P1 equals to P2 here. Let me go back to the code, make that correction. Where is it? Here, P2. What is Let me compile it again. So this is it says that the first student outperformed. So in this case, I actually want to do experimentation with a little bit changes in the data here. In this case, let me change it to let's say 99, 88. So let me change it to 88 and try to run it again. Now the grades are equal, which means that average value for both students was same in this case. And if I, let's say, change it to, let's say, a little bit smaller number, let me a bit larger number, 99. In that case, it will be the first student's output from this will return true. Right, so this is second student. Yeah, in the previous case it was the first student outperformed, and now in this case second student outperformed. So this is all I have to talk about this topic, and thank you for watching this video.